Hey friends, and welcome back. Today, we're going to spend some time breathing in your yoga to just breathe. Breath is so foundational to our yoga practice and essential for our lives. So let's get started with some conscious breathing combined with our movement and just take some time to just be present. We're going to start seated. I recommend using a yoga block to sit on to elevate your hips. You can also use a folded up blanket. You can use a meditation pillow, a regular pillow, whatever you need. So I'm going to take mine on the lowest height, the widest width, and just come to sit on it. So you're just going to sit on the block, elevate your hips. This helps my low back to not feel any pressure. Cross your legs, lengthen through your spine. Your hands can come right to your knees, and then you can just close your eyes. To get started, let's just begin to tune inward and to soften. So just drop your shoulders down, relax your shoulder blades down your back. Relax your face muscles. If they're feeling like you're tensing up, if you're furrowing your brow, think about just releasing that, letting it go. And let's just start to breathe together. Let's just take 3 deep breaths together. So just breathe into your belly, allow it to expand and fill up. And then open your mouth, exhale. Breathe in again. Fill up your belly as if you were filling up a balloon. It expands. And exhale. One more deep breath in. Begin to connect. Begin to notice. And then let it go. Just find a comfortable breath pattern and settle in here. Breathing deeply might seem unnatural sometimes, but the practice of breathing conscious, deep breaths comes with so many benefits. Deep breaths are more efficient than short, shallow breaths because they allow your body to fully exchange incoming oxygen with outgoing carbon dioxide. These breaths have been shown to slow the heartbeat, lower and stabilize blood pressure, and lower stress. Breath is literally essential for life. And yet we rush through it. We don't think twice about it. And we take it for granted far too often. And that's why I love yoga. Yoga gives us a beautiful opportunity to focus on the breath, to take some time out of our day just for breathing and moving in harmony together. We practice breathing in this safe space on our mats so that we are more aware in our lives. We get in tune with our bodies here so that we can be in tune with our bodies out there. And that's why today we are going to focus on breathing. Conscious, deep, full breaths. We're going to begin with alternate nostril breathing. You can continue to sit here and just continue to go inward and become in tune with your body. While I share some of the benefits of alternate nostril breathing, I want to share these benefits because the first time I saw this breath practice, I did think it looked a little funky. But the more I've learned about it and experienced its benefits, I've just grown to love it so much. So alternate nostril breathing has the benefit of reducing agitation and improving focus. It supports your lung and respiratory function, reduces anxiety. It relaxes your body and your mind in order to bring you into a more meditative state. It promotes overall well-being, restores balance in the left and right hemisphere, which I think is really neat. And alternate nostril breathing removes toxins and settles stress. So if you're feeling anxious, agitated, stressed, this is the breath practice for you. I'm going to teach it to you, and then we're going to go through it a couple times together. So you can just take your left hand, you can flutter your eyes open, so look at me so you can learn the breath. Just keep your left hand down on your left knee, or you can even place it in your lap. Your right hand's what's most important here. So we're going to use the thumb and the ring and pinky to close and open your nostrils. Your thumb on your right hand is going to end up closing your right nostril, and your ring finger on your right hand is going to end up closing your left nostril. Now the pointer and thumb, you kind of make like a hang loose sign a little bit, but the pointer and thumb actually can rest right on your forehead, right between your eyebrows. This is kind of like a little kickstand for it to give you a way to keep your hand there, but it also is a pressure point. So what you're going to do is use your thumb to close your right nostril, use your ring finger to close the left. Before we get started, just kind of set up for your alternate nostril breathing. Let's just begin. Open nostrils. Take in a deep breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Now take your thumb, close your right nostril. Breathe in. Now close the left nostril. Open the right and breathe out. Now you want to breathe through your nostrils. So breathe into the right. Close the right. Open the left. Breathe out. Inhale into your left nostril. Close the left, open the right, exhale through the right. Inhale into the right. Close the right, open the left, exhale. Inhale into the left. Switch, open the right, exhale through the right. Inhale into the right. Close the right, open the left, exhale. Breathe into the left. Close the left, open the right, breathe out. Do one more round. Breathe into the right. Close the right, open the left, breathe out. Last time, breathe in. Close the left, open the right, breathe out. Take your hands both down to your knees. Take a big breath in. Exhale. Before we start moving, I want you to take a moment to notice. Notice how your body feels. Notice how your mind feels. Do you feel still? Do you feel calm? Do you feel peaceful? Take a breath in. Exhale, drop your chin down to your chest. Breathe into the back of your neck. Just give it a big breath. Exhale. Inhale your left ear to left shoulder. Exhale, look up. Inhale, right ear, right shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, right ear, right shoulder. Exhale, look up. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, right ear, right shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. One more time, both sides. Inhale, left. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, right. Exhale, chin to chest. Come back to neutral. Bring your arms by your sides. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead, reach up. Exhale, bring your hands down to your heart. You can begin to roll over your feet, remove the block, and come onto hands and knees. We're going to come to tabletop pose at the top of the mat. So in your tabletop, spread your fingers nice and wide. Shoulders are directly over your wrists. Hips are right over your knees. And then just draw your lower belly in. From here, we're going to go through 4 cat-cows. Inhale, belly drops, tailbone lifts. Look up, arch your back. Exhale, dome your back. Draw your chin into your chest for cat. Inhale, look up. Again, we're connecting to the breath. Exhale and round. If you want to, just go at your own pace. Take your time. Just focus on your breath. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. Tuck. One more time. Breathe in, look up. Breathe out and round. Come back to neutral tabletop pose. Extend your right leg behind. Lift your toes off the mat. So you're just going to press back through your heel, find your balance, draw your lower belly in, and then reach your left arm out in front. We're just going to connect to the breath here. So with your core engaged, breathe in and breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale your left hand down. And then you're just going to swing your right leg over to the left side, plant your toes down, press back through your heel, and then look over your left shoulder. Get a nice side stretch, twisting the spine. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, bring your leg back to center. And then gently, slowly bring it all the way over to the right side. Plant your foot down on the right. So your foot is in line with your hip, and we're going to walk yourself up to gate pose. Arms come parallel to the ground. Take a big breath in. Exhale to the right, right hand down to your leg. Left arm sweeps overhead and reach. Inhale through center. Exhale, bring your left hand down, reach your right arm overhead, maybe lift up on your right toes, big stretch. Inhale back to center. 2 more times. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left, plant your hand, lift, reach. Inhale, center. 1 more time. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Beautiful. Bring your hands down. Bring your knee back to center and go through 1 cat-cow. Breathe in, look up. Breathe out and round. Come back to neutral. Go right to the other side. Your left leg extends behind. Lift your leg up. So toes are down so that your hips are square. Press energy back through your heel. Draw your lower belly in. Inhale, reach your right arm out in front. So again, the core is really engaged. We're just going to take 3 deep breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. Focus on your core. Focus on your breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last one. Inhale. Reach. Exhale, hands down. Swing your left leg over to the right side. Plant your toes down. Look over your right shoulder. So you're just going to press back through your heel. Take a breath here. Exhale. Bring your leg back through center and gently guide it all the way over to the left side. Plant your foot down. Walk yourself back. We're in gate pose. So again, your foot's in line with your hip, straight out from your body. Arms come parallel to the ground. Breathe in. Exhale to the left. Left hand down to your left thigh or calf. Reach your right arm overhead. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right. Plant your hands. Maybe lift up on your toes. Reach your left arm overhead. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. One more time, both sides. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Reach, lift, inhale, center, and dive forward. Bring your hands down, your knees down, and come to child's pose. Take your knees wide, big toes touch together. Sink your hips to your heels. Forehead comes down to the ground. Reach your fingertips forward. If you want a more active stretch, you can reach, maybe tent your fingertips. Or if you want more restorative, just bend at the elbows, rest your forearms down on the mat. Let's just take 2 breaths here. Big breath in. Exhale. One more breath. Come back to your reason for being here. Come back to your breath. Simply be present in this moment. And when you're ready, we're going to press up through tabletop. So come back to tabletop, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Tuck your toes, and you're just going to lift your knees 1 to 2 inches up from the mat. So tuck your toes, lift up, engage your core. So really think about pressing the mat away with your hands. Shoulders are right over your wrists. Core is engaged. And this is a strong pose. You might start shaking, and that's okay. That means you're doing it right. So again, come back to your breath. When the poses get hard, the breath is there to carry you through. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. And then begin to extend your legs long, downward facing dog. Awesome. Lift your hips up high. Straighten out your arms and your back. Spread your fingers wide. Press into your hands. And then just start to walk out your dog. Bend one knee, straighten the other, and walk it out side to side. Find a little movement here. Maybe rock your hips side to side, whatever you need. Take a couple breaths. And really think about connecting your breath to your movement. Many times in a workout, the instructor says, don't forget to breathe. And you're like, oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. So connect the breath so that it happens naturally, so that you're really focused more on the breath. Take one more breath here. Exhale. Inhale, rise up on your toes, nice and high. Exhale, press down into your heels. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, press down. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Walk your feet to the edges of the mat nice and wide. Take a breath here. Exhale. Begin to walk your hands all the way back to the mat, all the way back to your feet, nice and wide at the back of your mat. Bend your right knee. Keep your right hand down. Sweep your left hand high. Just find a twist here. Twist open. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring the left hand down. Straighten your right leg. Bend into your left knee. Left hand stays down. Right hand sweeps high. Take a breath here. Exhale your right hand down. Just grab opposite elbows. Rock side to side in your nice wide stance. Maybe bend into each knee. Shake your head yes and no. And come back to your breath. Release your hands to the mat. Walk your feet to hip distance. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up. Rise up, look up. Bring your palms together. Exhale your hands to your heart. You can just walk back to the top of your mat. We're going to go through 4 sun salutations together. The first 2, we're just going to kind of run through it. And hopefully the last one we'll be able to do it with just the breath. So first, start in mountain pose. Feet are hip distance apart. Drop your shoulders. Stand up nice and tall. Before we begin, take another cleansing breath in. Exhale. And let's begin through a sun A's. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Reach up, look up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step your right foot back, then your left. Plank pose. So just really squeeze your thighs together, press back into your heels, draw your lower belly in. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower down to your belly. Flip to the tops of your feet. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, pressing into the tops of your feet. Exhale, lower down, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, rise up on your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, step your right foot forward, then the left. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead, reach up. Exhale your hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead, reach up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step the left foot back, then the right. Breathe in. Exhale, lower down to the belly. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, pressing into the tops of your feet. Exhale, lower down, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. So we're going to do that 2 more times. Now you know where you're going. You could put your own spin on things or continue exactly like that. Inhale, rise up on your toes. Exhale, bend your knees. Step the left foot forward, then the right. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center, mountain pose. We're going to begin our third, second to last, Sun A. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead, reach up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Notice where the breath goes in each movement. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step or jump back, high plank, breathe in. Exhale, lower all the way down or halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Inhale, rise up on your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, step or jump forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead, reach up. Exhale your hands to heart center. Come to mountain pose for just a moment. We're going to do one more Sun A. And instead of all this cueing, we're going to just try to do this with our breath. So again, you can look up at me or just feel in your body, go at your own pace. Let's let the breath be the guide. So first, take a cleansing breath in and take a breath out. And let's begin. Take one breath here. Beautiful. Take one more breath. Exhale, arms by your sides. Mountain pose. Awesome. Close your eyes here for a moment. Go inward. Soften your breath. I love doing those Sun A's in a classroom full of people, all breathing and moving together. The breath is powerful, and our yoga practice combined with the breath is even more powerful. I'm so thankful that you showed up today to move and to breathe. We're going to find one more flow sequence with our breath. So inhale, you can flutter your eyes open first. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step or jump back, high plank, and you're just going to move through your vinyasa. We'll meet in downward dog together. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. From here, on your next inhale, lift your right leg up high, three-legged dog. Your toes are pointed down, your hips are nice and square. Press into your hands, press into your fingertips. You've got this. Take a big breath in. Exhale, draw your knee into your nose and then step to the top of your mat, warrior two. Back foot turns to 90 degrees, so your heel drops down. Open up here, arms cartwheel forward, cartwheel open, right arm forward, left arm back, sink into your front knee. So just kind of go through your checklist real quick. You're in the lane of traffic. Your front heel intersects the back arch with a little invisible line, and your back leg is straight. You're sinking into your front knee. Drop your shoulders. We're just going to flow through our reverse and side angle. So flip your front palm. Inhale, reverse. Left hand comes down your thigh. Right arm sweeps overhead. Take a breath. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, side angle. Right forearm meets the right thigh. Left arm sweeps overhead. Beautiful. Inhale through center. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, center. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, center. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, center. Exhale, side angle. This time on your inhale, rise up, straighten your front leg, reverse your triangle. So both legs are straight, but you're reversing again. We're going to make our way to triangle pose. Come back through center. Maybe bump your back foot up. Reach your fingertips forward, shift your hips back, and then bring the right hand down to your ankle or shin. Left hand reaches up high for triangle pose. You have a few options. If you had that block at the beginning, place it on the knife edge, the outside of your right foot. Place your hand on the block. You could also bring your right hand down to the ground on the outside. Just keep open. Shoulders are stacked one on top of the other. Maybe look up to your left thumb. Come back to your breath. Connect to your breath here. One more breath in. Exhale, bring your hands down to frame your foot. We're going to come to pyramid pose. So bump your back foot up to 1 to 2 feet behind your front foot. Your feet are in 2 lanes of traffic. This is our shortest standing posture in yoga. So think about first drawing your right hip back, left hip forward. Your front knee is straight, but you don't want to hyperextend it, so find a slight bend in your knee. You can even inhale to a flat back here to kind of set it up. Exhale, fold over your right leg. This is an intense stretch right here. Big hamstring stretch. Remember, draw that right hip back, left hip forward. Breathe here. When you're ready, you can keep your left hand down on the ground or on a block right next to your right foot. Sweep the right hand high for revolved triangle. So just kind of open up, revolve, open, changes the stretch a little bit, maybe a little more intense. Breathe through it. One more breath. Breathe in. Exhale your right hand down, pyramid. One more breath here. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back, high plank. From here, you can move through your vinyasa or just push back to down dog. So maybe lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And we're just going to go right to the other side. Inhale, left leg lifts up high, toes are down, hips are square. Again, press into your hands. Think about pressing into your pointer and your thumb really strong. Breathe in. Breathe out, draw your knee into your nose as you step through your hands to warrior two. Back heel drops, cartwheel your arms open, warrior two. Again, go through your checklist. Back foot is parallel to the back of the mat. Nice line from heel to arch. Sink into your front knee, drop your shoulders. Breathe here. Let's find our flow. Flip your front palm, reverse. Inhale, center. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, center. Exhale, reverse. Big stretch. Inhale, center. Exhale, side angle. Reach with your right arm overhead. Inhale, center. Last time. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, center. Exhale, side angle. This time, inhale, rise up. Reverse as you straighten your front leg. Reverse triangle. Right hand still comes down to your thigh. Left arm reaches overhead. And then come back forward for triangle pose. Reach your fingertips forward. Bump your hips back. Left hand down to a block. Ankle or shin. Right hand reaches up high. Maybe look up to your right thumb. Again, stay open. Don't reach for the floor and lean forward and allow your shoulder to drop. Maybe stay up higher so that you can be stacked shoulder to shoulder. Fingertips right down to fingertips. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more breath. Exhale your right hand down. Frame your front foot with both hands. Bump your right foot up 1 to 2 feet behind for pyramid. Draw the left hip back. Right hip draws forward. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Come to your fingertips. Exhale, fold. It's a big stretch. If you're a runner, a spinner, a person that moves, it might feel intense, but it should feel good. Really stretch it out. And when you're ready, keep your right hand down on the ground, maybe on your fingertips or hand down. Left hand sweeps up high. You can also bring your right hand to a block. Revolved triangle. Breathe here. One more breath. Breathe in. Exhale your hand down. Take one more breath here. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, high plank, and then just drop down to your knees. Find a quick child's pose. Knees come wide, big toes touch together. Sink your hips to your heels. Reach your fingertips forward. And soften your breath. Allow it to slow. Connect back to your breath. Take one more breath here. Exhale. When you're ready, press up to tabletop. And we're going to make our way to down dog just for a moment. Little transition here. You can walk out your dog if you're feeling kind of tight from that pyramid pose. And then when you're ready, lift your right leg up high. Breathe in. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose, step forward. So your back heel stays lifted. Left hand comes down to the mat. Right hand sweeps high. Open up in a twist. Low lunge with a twist. Really firm up on your left leg. Super strong. We're going to find 3 windmills with the arm. Sweep your right arm behind, down, scoop, around, forward, and up 3 times. Fluid movement for your shoulder. One more time. Breathe in, exhale, bring your hand down. You can bring your hand right inside your foot. Walk your right foot to the edge of the mat. Lizard lunge. You can keep your leg lifted if you want to keep powering it up, or drop the left knee down. Maybe untuck your toes here. So lizard lunge, you can stay right here, keeping your knee in toward your shoulder, or maybe walk yourself down. The block is really great here. If you want to bring your forearms to a block or all the way down to the mat, again, you can keep your knee lifted on the back or drop it down for a little more restorative. Keep your gaze slightly lifted. Just really open up on the hips here. Soften your shoulders down. Soften your face. Connect to your breath. Nice deep breaths. First shallow. Breathe deep. Smooth breaths. Now you can stay right here. If you want to come to a bind, you can walk yourself back up. If you're going to make the bind, drop your left knee down if it was lifted, and then bend your left knee. Bring your foot in toward your glute. Left hand stays down on the mat or the block. Right hand's going to sweep around to catch your foot. You're just going to draw your heel in. This is a lot for if you have like tight knees or even tight hips. A lot of times knees don't want to bend this way. So don't worry about it. Just stay in your lizard. Draw your heel in. Maybe revolve your chest open. Now we're just getting into that back leg. Take a big breath here. Exhale. If you have the bind, gently release your foot back down and bring your hands back in. From here, we're going to keep the foot wide to the right. Step your left foot. So bring up the left knee. Step your left foot wide on the mat for Analasana Yogi Squat. Heels point in, toes point out, nice and wide on the mat. Sit your hips down. Elbows come right inside your thighs. Right inside as you bring your hands to heart center, press your legs open, your hips open, lift your chest, spine stays long. So don't round in your back. Keep your chest lifted and open, spine is long. Close your eyes. Take a few breaths here. One more breath. Exhale. From here, bring your hands down to the mat. Keep your feet wide, but begin to lift up your hips, straighten your legs as you fold forward in your nice wide squat. We're going to find that twist again. So bend your left knee, keep your left hand down, right hand sweeps up high. Breathe in. Exhale your right hand down, bend the right knee, left hand sweeps high. Breathe in. Exhale, bring your hands down, walk your feet back together. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead, reach up. And then exhale, swan dive, forward fold. We're going to go right to the other side. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back to high plank. And again, I'm going to give you the option. You can just press back to down dog or maybe take a vinyasa. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. And from your down dog, lift the left leg up high, three-legged dog. Breathe in. And then draw your knee into your nose, step through. Right heel stays lifted, right hand plants down on the mat, left hand sweeps up high. Again, firm up on the right leg, and then we're going to find those three windmills. Sweep your arm behind, scoop it down, around, and up 3 times. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hand down, and then walk your left foot to the edge of the mat as you bring your hands on the inside. So again, you can come to your lizard lunge from here. Maybe keep the leg lifted and you can walk your forearms down. That's totally fine. I personally like to drop the right knee and tuck the toes. If your knee is tense right here or not feeling comfortable, put a blanket underneath it and then maybe walk down to your forearms or bring your forearms to a block or just stay up on your hands. Keep your gaze slightly lifted. Soften in your hips. Use your breath. The breath will send oxygen to where you're feeling tight. Will soften where you're holding on. Breathe deeper in this moment. You can stay right here, or if you want to come to that bind, walk yourself back up. If your right knee is lifted, drop it down and then bend the knee. So bring your right heel in. Right hand stays down on the mat. Left hand reaches around to catch the top of your right foot. Draw your heel in and then revolve your chest open. And this is just getting you deeper in the back leg here. You can even really think about still sinking into your left knee. Take another breath. Exhale. Release your foot down to the mat. Bring your hands back down. Your foot's down. And then step. So the left foot stays nice and wide on the mat. You're going to tuck your toes, lift the right knee, Step wide on your mat for another Vinyasa squat. Sit your hips down. Elbows come inside your thighs. Lift your chest to your thumbs, thumbs to your chest. So we're going to stay right here. If you want to come to a bind, you can do that. Your right hand's going to stay on the inside of your thigh. Bring your right hand out to the side. You don't really have to make the bind. This is also a good twist. So right hand's inside. Bring your right hand down to the mat. Left hand reaches up high. You can stay right here, or if you want to come to your bind, bring your left hand behind you. Take the right hand and you're going to wrap it around your thigh, reaching for the left fingertips. From here, revolve your chest open. So really think about this, a big twist, a big bind. Don't get discouraged if you're not getting this right now. You can always use a strap or just continue to practice this. This took me a long time to be able to do. Just take one breath here. Exhale, release, maybe reach your left hand back up, right hand out, and bring your hands to heart center. Let's just go right to the other side. So if you just want to twist, take your left hand on the inside of your thigh, bring your left hand down to the mat, right hand sweeps up high. Just open up. Either stay here or bring your right hand behind. Left hand reaches around for your fingertips. Grab those fingertips and then revolve your chest open. It's a big twist, big bind. Take another breath here. Exhale. Begin to release your hand long and up, and then bring your hands to heart center. Bring your hands down to the mat. You can actually bring them behind you and just come to sit down. Take your knees to the edges of the mat and then just windshield, or your feet to the edges, windshield your knees side to side. Windshield wiper. Just kind of release anything that's feeling tense and tight. And we're going to come into a big deep stretch and then a low back stretch, and then we're going to be done. So this is like the tail end of our practice. We're going to come to frog pose. This one is very, very intense. So you can always come to half frog and do sides, or just skip it all together if you want to just do a butterfly pose or something. But for frog pose, you're going to take your knees wide on the mat. I suggest placing a blanket underneath your knees to give you a little cushion. I don't have one right now to show you, but place it lengthwise, long on the mat. So you come wide on the knees. Knees are in line with your ankles. So look down, make sure your knees are right in line with your ankles and your toes are pointed out to the side. Your knees are also in line with your hip. So you can tell I've got a lot of people can go really wide. You don't have to go crazy wide. But the most important thing is we don't want to walk forward and lose the stretch. Now my hip is not in line with my knee. So you want to keep yourself back. Everything's in line here. And from here, with a nice long spine, you can feel that stretch. If that's enough, just stay right here. If you want a little more, maybe grab a block, come down to the block or a pillow. Again, don't walk yourself forward. You want to feel that stretch. Maybe you come down, forearms down to the ground. This is a big hip opener, so go to your soft edge. Don't go to where you think you need to be or where someone else is. Go to what feels right for you in this moment and then breathe there. Again, hips are in line with knees are in line with ankles, and toes are pointed out to the sides. If you're not feeling it, many times people are super stretchy and not feeling this, press your hips back more. Again, we're not going to walk forward, we're going to press them back, shift back. Just find your breath here. And in these moments where you might be feeling like you can't, or your brain is just going crazy with all the negatives, think of one thing that is positive, one thing you're thankful for. Send your breath to where it's needed most. Settle your body with your breath. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Deep breaths. Last breath. Exhale. You begin to walk yourself up Now this pose I also call old lady pose because I feel like an old lady when I come out of it. So just begin to walk your knees back together. This is not a graceful pose for me. So if you think I'm just killing it over here, that is my least favorite pose. I was avoiding it for a long time, but I need it too. So we're going to just kind of counter that. Whew. So hopefully you've gotten out of that by now. Maybe looked like an old lady like me. That's totally fine. We're going to bring the bottoms of the feet together. And so we just did frog. Let's do another little animal. We're going to do turtle, but you can also choose butterfly. So we have butterfly pose if you just want to sit right here with your spine long and just kind of open up your hips so you can walk yourself forward. That's butterfly. But if we're going to go into turtle pose, this is more of a simple version. So bottoms of the feet are together, spine is long. Take your hands and bring them underneath your legs. So underneath your ankles right here, like that. Kind of tuck them in. And then you're going to reach for your toes, wrap your fingers around your toes, and just drop your head down to your feet. This is a big low back stretch. The hips are open, the spine is long, and just breathe here. Again, if this is too much, you can always come to butterfly pose. And turtle pose is something that you can work on. If you want to get deeper in the pose, you can begin to extend your arms out to the sides and then begin to extend your legs. This is not a pose that I do super great. I don't even think I could really give you a great example, but you're going to work on it. So keeping your spine long, maybe begin to walk your legs out and your hands out, or just stay in this more restorative turtle. I love this one. Heels are in as far as they can go. And let's just take another breath here. Exhale. You want to pause it and hang out here longer, you definitely can. We're just going to unwind. So just bring your hands out from underneath. Plant your feet back down on the mat and windshield wiper side to side again. And then we're going to meet back in our seated pose. So if you want to grab actually, we're going to come to hero pose. Excuse me. We're going to come to hero. So come to your knees. We are going to end on our knees anyway. So for hero, the knees stay together. The feet come wider than your hips. Okay, so knees are together. I'll try to show you this. Feet are wider than your hips. Again, if you have knee pain or anything, this might not be the pose for you. You could just come to seated or sit on your heels. So this is really big stretch right here. You're going to sit up nice and tall. Knees together. I'm sitting right between my feet. If that makes sense. So you're just going to sit up nice and tall and take a few breaths here. You can stay right here if you want to get deeper into the pose. Maybe bring your hands back behind you, keeping your knees together and your bum inside your feet. You can come here if you want to walk further back. You can. So again, you're just kind of keeping your knees down. I have another name for this one. I feel like it's like the little middle school girl pose. Like middle school girls always do this. And maybe you grab onto your feet and walk yourself back. Again, just stay where you feel comfortable and breathe there. Maybe you come all the way down to your back. Let's just take 3 breaths here. It's a big stretch. So focus on your breath. Don't focus on the shaking or worrying about how it looks. Just breathe. One more breath. Exhale. Begin to walk yourself back up. And then just swing your legs over to the side and come all the way down to your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Just rock side to side. Take a moment here. And we're going to find a final twist before we end in Shavasana. Bring your arms out to a T. Drop your knees over to the left. You can take your left hand onto your knees. Look over your right fingertips. And just breathe here for a few moments. every breath. Make a little space so that with every exhale, maybe you twist a little deeper. Inhale, bring your knees back to center. And exhale, drop them down to the right side. Take your left hand up to a T. Right hand can come onto your knees. Breathe in, make some space. Breathe out. Maybe look over your left fingertips. Maybe twist a little deeper. Take this moment of breath and of stillness. One more breath. Exhale. Bring your knees back to center. Hug them in again. And then you can find a quick happy baby before we lay it all down. Bring your hands on the insides of your legs and grab on the outsides of your feet or peace fingers to your big toes. Press your heels up as you draw your knees down. Push your low back into the mat. And if it's comfortable, you can straighten one or both legs. Find a little last stretch, a little last movement. Maybe rock side to side. And when you're ready, bring your knees back in and then extend your legs long on the mat. Bring your heels to the corner edges of the mat. Allow your feet to fall open. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath you. Bring your arms by your sides. Flip your palms up and close your eyes. You're going to settle in for a little Shavasana pose. And as you begin to soften and relax your body into the mat, allow the practice to just soak into your body. I want to share this quote with you from Oprah Winfrey. She says, breathe, let go, and remind yourself that this moment is the only one you know you have for sure. Take the next few moments to simply breathe. Breathe gratitude that you even have breath at all. Shavasana. If you have more time to give, to stay here, I encourage you to take it, whether it's 5, 10, 15 minutes. So powerful. Just rest and breathe. Otherwise, begin to deepen your breath. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Bring movement back into your body. You can even roll out your wrists a couple times. Breathe in. On your exhale, gently guide your knees into your chest. Hug your knees. One more time. And when you're ready, just roll over to your side. Come into fetal position. Keep your knees drawn up into your chest. You can use your arm as a pillow here. Take another moment of stillness. Another moment to just breathe. And when you're ready, lay your hand down on the ground. Push the floor away as you press yourself up to seated. You can cross your legs, maybe grab the block like we started, sit on the block, sit up nice and tall. Bring your arms by your sides and we'll seal our practice with 3 big breaths together. Inhale, sweep your arms up, gather up all the good energy from our practice. Exhale, bring it into your heart. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, let go of anything you don't need to carry with you out of this space. Breathe in. Breathe out. Know that you have enough, you do enough, you are enough, just as you are right here in this moment. Thank you for showing up, for pressing play, and for practicing with me. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste.